In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly what I would focus on in the next 30 days if I had to start all over day trading. And this is going to be a great video, not just for beginner traders that don't know where to start, but also for intermediate or advanced traders that feel stuck and they need something new to focus on, something else to maybe help them improve in their trading career. So it's going to be a very important video. We're going to focus on some beginner mistakes and how to avoid them. Mistakes that took me years to figure out. Keep in mind, guys, I've been trading for almost 11 years. It's maybe older for some of you guys that are watching this video. Nowadays, I get people in my group. They're like, hey, I'm only 12. I've been day trading for the past year. So it's a madness now maybe we're into day trading. But for me, there's mistakes that are easy avoidable that you guys can learn from me. I will be showing you guys today, as well on how to master the proper trading strategy. And not only that, but how to scale once you have the right model, once you have the strategy, once you have the data behind you that backs you up, how to use that data to scale it up and acquire more capital. And lastly, maybe the most important is how to master your emotions once you are finally trading. We're going to start off talking about 3 key things. Those are for beginners. We have to understand what is the benefit of being a beginner. So if you're brand new to trading, good job. You have something that a lot of guys that have been to trading for a little while don't have anymore. That is being fearless. You are almost unaware of what are the risks of day trading because you have not experienced a huge loss, you have not experienced someone else losing, you have not experienced losing streaks. You almost have a layer of not having enough knowledge that is actually helping you, and that is the whole caveat on how beginner's luck is created, where beginner's luck comes from. So you're gonna experience some winning. More than likely, all beginners you speak to get hooked to day trading because they're like, hey, I'm killing it. I'm really good at it. So I found something. I don't know what that something is, but I keep winning. But that leads them to the second problem. One of the second mistakes that's where most traders, I would say about 60 to 70% of them end up quitting after this happens. They get in a trade, the trade is going their way, then it starts going to draw down. They're like, let me hold this, more loss, bigger loss. They're like, I just don't want to lose this money. I'm just going to keep holding it, and maybe finally comes back to break even, and then they close. And this builds a negative effect, which means they think that any trade they can just hold indefinitely until it comes back to green or break even and then exit. And that's what really ruins most traders. Most traders in the beginning think that is okay, and then they keep doing it. And it might work once or twice, but the third, fourth, fifth time, it bites them. And you know what? Blows up their account if they're on a live account, blows up the prop firm if they're on a prop firm account, and they're done for. So that is the key mistake that you need to avoid, guys. If you're trying to day trade, do not make the mistakes of holding on to losers. I've said this quote in many of my videos, and I'll keep saying it until it's drilled. It needs to be drilled in your head, and that is, cut your losers quick and water your plants. I've always been of the belief that if you enter a trade, it should be going your way within 5 to 15 minutes if it is a day trade. Because you want to enter in a position that all other buyers, in case it's a buy, or all other sellers, in case it's a sell, are agreeing with whatever your thesis is. And then price goes straight up or it goes straight down. And that's what I want you to focus on. Guys, whenever you first start trading, focus on the trades that quickly went towards your profit taking and say, hey, what the hell did I do during that moment that I took that trade? That was pitch perfect. I entered, maybe it did go sideways for a few minutes, and then it went straight up to my PT. And I didn't really have to worry, because there's also an element of stress, guys. If you're holding a trade for too long, it's going to chop around, flirts with your stop loss, but doesn't hit it. You do hold it, but then you're too scared to hold it to your profit taking point, as well as just maybe closing it at a break even or a loss, and then you build a negative correlation with trading because it's building a lot of stress, guys. And trading strategy is not just wins, losses, and P&L, it's also stress. I know we talk about, hey, you gotta trade like a robot, but the truth is, and you have to be okay with this, you are never gonna be a robot. You're never gonna be stress-free. You're never gonna be emotions-free. So from a beginner, don't think that you are supposed to ignore these emotions. You just gotta learn how to live with them and how to minimize them. Now that we got over some beginner's mistakes that you can avoid, that you don't make the same mistakes I've made, let's talk a little bit about strategies and what strategies to look for. Alright guys, so here we got the trade return calculator. So I'm going to be showing you guys if you had a theoretical strategy, what risks you should be looking to take risk to reward, and win-loss percentage. And this is going to really shock a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys are in the belief that for some reason you need this huge 100% win rate, huge 5-hour trades. But the truth about trading, you need a small edge. And I'm one of the few people I feel like on social media that talks about like, hey, you don't need this huge 3-hour, 5-hour trades. A small edge, and it's all it takes to be profitable and staying consistent over the long term. We made all these trading influencers and all these people that we see online make you believe that you need to catch this insane trade, but the truth is you don't. And I will be proving that to you guys with some numbers. Let's say we start with a $10,000 account, a live account, and we're risking about, on a live account, I'm risking around 3%. Your risk to reward is a 1 to 1 with a 50% win loss. We calculate this and let's see what happens. Look at this trade return chart. As you see, once you take enough trades, which is giving you a whole thing, you end up being break even onto the chart. You don't really make much of a difference. In the end, you end up exactly where you start off. You end up with in this case, they did about $700. They had you slightly win with an 8% return over the course of 100 trades. Keep in mind, this is considered to be random, so over 100 trades with a 100% here. Let me move this over right here so you can see it better right there. There you go. With this, it could have a little bit of a difference, but theoretically, you should be at nothing, a break even, right? And you made a return of 8%, this is going to be negative percent, but over the course of 1,000 trades, for example, this is going to be break even. So 50-50, 1-to-1 risk reward is going to be break even. But now let's keep an eye on this, right? Keep an eye on this. Let's say if we just bring our win to loss to 55, we just made a very slight adjustment. We just get a tiny bit better, right? 55%. Who thinks they can do this, right? A lot of us think we can do this. Just slightly better. Look at the percent return now, how quickly this changes now to 64% over, again, the course of the same 100 trades here, right? You make a 64% return, 6,400, right? Again, this is a little bit maybe on the more generous side, but let's half this to 32%. That's great, right? And if you look, we didn't change much. True risk, reward 1-to-1, win loss 55%. But what if we bring this down to 40%? We get worse, but our risk gets a little bit better. Our risk gets to 1.3. So our wins are just, again, not a ton, but slightly better than our losses, 1.3. How's that going to work out for us? In this case, we're going to lose. So that's not going to work. And this is the trading math you need to do. What I'm using right now is called Coughlin Capital Trade Return Calculator. Anybody can do this, but it shows you an example of what your expected returns can be. Again, there's going to be some variance there. It's going to show you random 100 trades, so there can be a variant. Like here, it's a little bit less, but it's again, it's theoretical. But what if we go to 1 to 5? If I'm wrong 40% of the times, but my risk goes a little bit, my reward goes a little bit higher than my risk, can I finally turn profitable? Okay, I'm slightly getting better. Okay, what about if I do risk reward to 2? If I finally get to 2, there you go, bingo, 81%. And then you can run this a few times to say 51%. You win at least 3 in a row, 3 to 5 in a row. I would say they are positive, and you're good. You're good. Your strategy works. So what you got to do is find your strategy, take 100 trades, figure out simply your win loss percent, risk to reward, and what you risked typically. And that's what you want to do. Plug in this calculator and it will tell you the balance, based on the balance that you're using, what is your expected returns. You can do 5 trials, and those 5 trials you add it all up and then you divide it by 5, and then it will give you about an average of what you can expect. And guys, I'm showing you it's not a lot, right? I'm not putting in 80% win rate to risk reward. I'm showing you guys that you lose 6 trades, but you win 4 on a 2 to 1 risk reward. You can still be quite profitable, right? You can still be making some solid returns. And especially if you bring up your balance, right? So let's say you bring up your balance from 10,000 to 150,000. Now, who wants a 6% returns on 150,000, right? Does that sound bad to anybody, right? We will all take that. If you calculate it, in this case, our returns were lost. You took once taking a lot of losses. Boom, 51%. Pretty damn solid, right? pretty damn solid. And again, the percent return right here, 22,704. The percent return is based on your typical risk, just so you are aware of that, and it breaks it all down up here as well. And again, it enters 100 random trades so that we know it's not always going to be the same, but we can get a pretty solid idea on the returns we can get. So run your tests, guys, and you just have 100 sample size. You can backtest this. There's a lot of great websites where you can backtest your strategies. I'm building one myself. It's going to be Tradeful. Go to tradeful.com if you want to sign up to early listing. Hey, the beta starts on Monday. By the time you watch this, we could have sent it live, right? The beta, myself and some other people are trying it out, and we're going to hopefully send it live very, very shortly after. So go to tradeful.com and you can backtest all you want. Then come here, figure out some of the stats, and then you'll see how well you can do. So that's what the trader's math is, what I call trader's math, that you can do to figure out if your strategy is working or your strategy is not working. All right, guys, now let's dive into the chart and let's talk about how can we use this trader's math on a real life scenario where I'm actually trading. Like, how do I do this math? So first, let's go to our little calculator tool. We'll do 1,500 times 1%, which I already did because I'm not good at math. So let's say if we take a $150,000 account and we're risking 1%, if you're going to ask Antonio, where the hell am I getting $150,000? I'm not a rich guy like you. I'm not a Ferrari like you. It's life flex. I'm sorry. It's life flexing just a little bit. Miss my Ferrari. I'm about to go to Japan. I'm going to miss my Ferrari driving it. But don't worry. We'll talk about that later. Shortly after, I'll show you where can you get more capital. So $1,500. How can I risk that? So let's do that math before. So we're looking for a 2 RR. So our wins to be 2R on 40% win rate. Right? That's our win rate right there. So I'm currently on tradingview.com, guys. This is the golden standard where everybody charts. It's free. Then you're going to go 4 tools down. 5 tools down. You're going to click right there. Long and short position tool. This case we'll do a long. Let's say I enter a long position right there on the price. These will pop up. You can see it right in the middle. You see open P&L, quantity size, and the most important one, which is risk to reward. So if I'm taking this low is going to be my hard stop loss. We're going to close price. That's going to be where I exit my trade, my risk. I bring this up to there. Now I know where my 2 needs to be. And again, trader's math, guys. My 2 just needs to be right there. This is all I need. All I need is right there. Price hits, and I make my 2R. So we call this will be our minus $1,500. Right there. That's our risk. And this will be our plus $3,000. And in trading terminology, this is a -1 R. If this hits, if we take the loss, -1 R, excuse my writing, and this will be a positive 2 R, which means I lost 1 risk to reward, 1% of my account. Here I gain 2% of my account. Again, you just need to hit this 40% of the times, guys. You hit this and you'll do well. Now, what you cannot do, this is a mistake that a lot of you guys do. You guys might have heard the saying before. See green, take green. Price is right here. You're like, you know what? I'm happy with this. I'll take it. No, don't do that. It goes, no, that's just a 1 hour. That's half of this. And the trader math that we just did does not work. The trader's math that I just walked you guys through has completely lost its value. Guys, and it all comes down to the math, to the data. Go. Find the strategy you use. Whether it's the Friday strategy, 90% plus win rate, 1-to-1 risk reward, which I thought, and you can go back and watch that video. Whether it's whatever strategy you use, it all comes down to the math. Does the math make sense? Don't be like Kamala Harris. She spent $1 billion, guys, $1 billion, and she's $20 million in debt just to lose the election. That's going to be you guys. Lose $20,000 of your live account because your math did not make sense. You do know how to manage your money. And always remember this, guys. As a day trader, your number one job is not to make money, but it's not to lose it. You are a money manager at first, always, and forever. So do the math, keep the data. Now, Antonio, hey, I did the math, I have a solid strategy, but I just cannot, I don't have money. I'm a struggling college student. I'm in a third world country. I only make a few $100 a month. Nowadays, guys, you're lucky. We did not have this when I was coming up. You have something called prop firm. Prop firms will give you capital to trade with if you pass their account. Which platform can I recommend? The only one I'm affiliated to that I like because they give you daily payouts is Funded Futures Network, guys. I'm gonna use them as an example, but do I care? No, go use Top Step, MFFU, go use any. There's a million. Just stay out of any sketchy ones. Stick to the solid ones. But here, for example, they give you different account sizes you can take their challenge in. I do have a 35% off coupon. I'll leave the link down below if you do want to use it. But here they'll charge you $125 a month and 35% off. It's like $70 or whatever the fuck the math is. But what they do is they give you a $25,000 account with a trailing max drawdown of $1,500 with a profit target $2,000. So if you hit the profit target, then they actually put you on a live account. You can trade, make money, and withdraw it. So pretty solid deal. You just have to follow the rules that are outlined there, or go look at any other platforms, follow their rules, and pass their accounts. So guys, nowadays it's as cheap as less than $100 and taking some solid trades to get funded with some capital that will give to you by a platform. They'll give you the money, they'll fund you, you'll take the payouts. And the reason why I like Funded Futures Network is because of the daily payout rule. As far as I know, no other platform out there is giving you guys daily payouts. So it means if you make $1,000 on your first day of being funded, which means after you pass your challenge account, they literally will just PayPal you $1,000, which means insane. No, no sketchy shit on the back end. So I hope this video helps, guys. This will be the next 30 days. These will be the actions that I take, the mistakes that I would avoid, the math that I would do to get better at trading. 30 days is not long, guys. I don't think any of you guys can be profitable in 30 days, but at least this gives you some action steps on some actual things you can start doing literally right now. Backtest, do the math, get some capital, use your strategy on lives. And of course, if you want to trade live with me, learn more from me every single day, use code 39 at checkout. Join our private community. That's the number 39 if you're new. That's code 39, the number 39. Trade live every single day with you guys, teach you guys. But if not, hey, subscribing is free, so make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. As always, peace out.